All right, so today we are working on page 100. Your job today is to get letters B, D, C, E, and F attempted. If you get it wrong or you get stuck, you know that's okay. You're going to come back with me. So go ahead and cross off 1A there. We're not going to be doing that. That's a different method of division that we're just not using in 5th grade. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here on letter B so I have enough room. So this says 49 divided by 21. So we need to find out what our quotient is. We do not have an answer yet. So I start with my dividend, which is 49. And I'm going to write it a little spaced out. Then I need to put my box around it. I'm going to leave myself some space underneath. Separate my numbers. And my divisor goes on the outside. So remember, we're writing multiple towers. I don't care. If you think you can do it in your head, I want a multiple tower, please. So I'm going to do that off to the side here. 21 times 1 is 21. 21 times 2 is 42. 21 times 3 is 53. Okay, so I'm stopping at times 3 because already 21 times 3 is going to give me something bigger than 49. So I don't need to go any further. So 21 times what number is going to get me close to 4 without going over? So if I use times 1, I'm already going to be way bigger than 4. So I'm just going to go ahead and use 0. So 21 times 0 gets me 0. I subtract, and I get 4. Now with this 4, I'm going to bring it up and over next to my neighbor on the left side of it, always. And now I do the same process again. In this box, I'm going to switch back to blue. So I have 21 times what number gets me close to 49 without going over? Well, I see 21 times 1 gets me to 21, but let's see if I can get closer. 21 times 2 gets me to 42. That's pretty close because I know 21 times 3, that's too big. 49 is less than 53, so I have to use times 2. So I'm going to say 21 times 2 gets me 42. Now I go ahead and I subtract. 9 minus 2 is 7. 4 minus 4 is nothing, so I don't need to write anything. This number down here, this leftover, because I can't bring it up anymore, there's nowhere for it to go, is my remainder. So my full quotient is 2 remainder of 7. So what this means is I can take my divisor, 21, and multiply it by 2, which gets me 2, 4, and add this 7. And I should get, yep, I get my dividend. That lets me know I got the problem correct. So if you are dividing properly and getting the correct quotient, you can check your own work. Now, if you're making mistakes, obviously, might not work out properly, but it's a way to check and see if you did the problem correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and skip down to letter F here, so we have enough space. So 68 divided by 17, same steps, okay? My dividend, 68, goes on the inside of the box. My 17 on the outside. Gotta separate my numbers. Now I need to make my multiple tower down here on the side. 17 times 1 gets me 17. 17 times 2, 4 plus 1, 34. Times 3, 1, 2, 51. 17 times 4. Sorry, it's not very organized. I'm trying to write with my finger. Okay, so I'm stopping at times 5 here because 17 times 5, my answer is bigger than what's in the box, so I don't need it. Or I might not need it anyway. So let's go ahead and get started. So my first step, 17 times what gets me close to 6. If I use times 1, I'm going to have 6 minus 17. That's not going to work, so I have to use 0. So I subtract, and I get 6. Bring my 6 up. 17 times what number gets me close to 68? Well, I already know down here if I use times 4, that gets me exactly 68. So right ahead, I have 68 minus 68 is 0. I don't have any remainder. If I bring it up, there's nowhere to bring it to. My answer is 0 there. So my full quotient is 4. But I'm going to check and make sure I did this right. 17 times 4. Take my quotient, multiply it by my divisor, and I get 68. So this is what you're working on today. I know it's a new method. I know division can be a little tricky. Use your notebook, use the anchor chart in the classroom, use this video, and use me when you come back to me, and you will be all squared away. Good luck.